PUBG has just announced how it's supporting Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and the PlayStation 5. Let's take a look. So PUBG has finally told us what we're getting for next gen and how they're going to optimize the consoles for next gen. Well, unfortunately, they haven't really. They've came out with this new website today, as you can see, PUBG on Xbox Series X, S, and PlayStation 5. Hoping we'd get some brand new news about how we're going to be playing our lovely new PUBG 60 frames, 4K, but we're not. Apparently, they're not optimizing the game so far for the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5 or even the Xbox Series S. It's kind of disappointing. They're just going to be porting the game over and it's going to be exactly the same as how it is now. So 1080p 60 for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series S is still going to play at 30 frames, which is kind of weird. So let's have a little quick look at what they've actually said themselves. As we can see on the screen, this is when the new consoles come out, but that's not what we care about. We care about how they're optimizing PUBG for these new consoles so we can be playing the game in a nice, smooth way. First of all, they have this big bar here where they're saying, oh, today we're announcing that PUBG will be playable. But unfortunately, all it says is that they'll be supporting cross-gen multiplayer alongside cross-platform play. So this means all the consoles can still play together, but there's no upgrade to the actual game itself. If we look here at the Xbox Series X and S, we can see the Xbox X will leverage the Xbox One game build. It's just they're gonna copy and paste the Xbox One game build, but they've only just put to 60 FPS at 1080p, and it looks like very, very low settings, which is really disappointing. They're putting that version onto the Xbox Series X. So if you have an Xbox One X and you're upgrading to the Xbox Series X, you're not gonna see any difference. So there you go. I don't know why. And the Xbox Series S, which is meant to be a better, sort of a better Xbox One X right now. The Xbox Series X, these Xbox names are confusing. I know, keep up with me. It's still only going to play in 30 FPS. They have just not optimized it. They're just copy and pasting the Xbox OG, the Xbox S, and the PS4 edition is just going to be copied over to the Series S. The PlayStation 5, they're also copying over the Xbox X version and the PlayStation 4 Pro version over to the PS5. Now, straight away to me, this is very disappointing. Very disappointing indeed, and hopefully PUBG sort it out. If they optimize the game for the Series X and the PlayStation 5, this game should be able to play at an amazing 60 FPS, probably at 2K settings, in high PUBG settings. But right now, it just doesn't look worth upgrading. If you're literally getting a new console just to play PUBG, don't do it. It's not worth it right now. They are not optimizing the game for the new consoles, which is really disappointing. As you can see, you'll still need it on frame rate priority mode. That is only 1080p. It only runs up to 60 frames. And what's the whole point of buying a whole new console that can play 4K, 120 FPS games? The new Gears game can run 120 FPS, and we're getting PUBG 60 FPS. It's still dropping down below. So, what did we get from this? Literally getting a new console means nothing. If you're getting a new PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, you're going to be playing the PS4 Pro or Xbox X edition. There's no extra graphic options, nothing like that. It's just not optimized for it at all. This is really disappointing from PUBG, and I play PUBG. I love PUBG. PUBG is my main game, and I was really, really excited for the Series X, but with this news, it's kind of bummed me out a bit. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, PUBG will be optimizing for the Series X and the PlayStation 5. And soon we hopefully have a decent looking game. Because right now on my PC costs just as much as an Xbox Series X. Maybe a little bit more. And it looks tons better. I get more frames. So hopefully we need an update. PUBG, step it up.